Good morning and welcome. It's Corporate Governance Platform brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. I am Funmi Omoburiu. All right, let me quickly remind you that ICSAN is a leading recognized professional body in Nigeria that's dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. Today on the program, we wanted to take a look at the importance of external audit function in corporate governance. And our guest this morning joins us online. We have Mr. Oke Akinlolu, ACIS. He's a General Manager at Ibadan Recreation Club. He's also a corporate governance practitioner. Good morning, Mr. Akinlolu.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am.
Thank you so much for joining us on the program this morning.
You're welcome.
And with me in the studio is Mr. FAKAYODE, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. Good morning, Mr. Ketefe.
Good morning for me. Good morning to you, our guest, Mr. Oke Akinlolu, ACIS, and all our loyal listeners. Good morning to you.
All right. So we're going to take this message and we'll be right back. Just stay with us.
The world is constantly evolving into a knowledge-based economy where skills and competencies constitute the lifeblood of public and corporate governance. You therefore need to empower yourself to fit into this new world by gaining basic knowledge and improving your skill set in the governance-focused disciplines. That is why every aspiring as well as practicing professional in governance field needs ICSAN.
ICSAN. What is ICSAN?
ICSAN is a leading statutorily established professional body dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. ICSAN members are trained as chartered secretaries and administrators.
Who are chartered secretaries and administrators?
Chartered secretaries are high-ranking governance professionals with a broad base of skills, unique amongst other professions. They are trained in law, finance, accounting, administration, strategy development, and corporate governance. In today's world, chartered secretaries and administrators discharge a wide range of duties and responsibilities, including functioning as chairmen of companies, executive directors, non-executive directors, company secretaries, risk managers, compliance managers, board evaluators, and corporate governance evaluators.
That is interesting. How then do I become a chartered secretary and administrator?
Good. Go to the Institute's website, www.icsan.org. You can also visit the National Secretariat of ICSAN at Plot 6, Elephant Cement Way, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, to get full information on how to become members. ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.
Hello, ma'am.
All right. We're still here, still corporate governance platform right here. And as I said earlier, we're looking at importance of external audit function in corporate governance. Let's start this way. It's going to be double barrel. Who are the external auditors? What are their roles and functions? Let's start from there, Mr. Akinlolu.
Thank you. Well, by giving description of who is an external auditor, will be able to know what exactly are their functions and their roles. An external auditor can be described as a professional, a trained person, licensed to examine books and affairs of an organization so as to provide an independent opinion. And I want to emphasize the word independent opinion because it's not an employee of the organization. So he has that opportunity of giving independent opinion on the true and fair view of the financial statement provided by the company. And thereby giving assurance to stakeholders, whoever want to use the financial statement to make decisions. It gives that opinion gives assurance to them to have a sort of reliable information which they can make use of. So that is it. So the purpose is, the emphasis there is expression of true and fair view and provision of assurance to stakeholders to use financial information.
All right, great. Now, is there any link between, external audit functions and risk management?
Yes, thank you very much. Both of them are sort of systems put in place to give assurance. Like I said, they are both control systems put in place to make sure that stakeholders in companies have the best information. So the link is that when auditors provide his comments, people rely on it, they have trust in it, and that is a sort of risk is reduced, because investing in the business or participating in a business involves risk. Are you getting me?
Mm-hmm.
It involves risk. So, and the risk is reduced when they have reliable, dependable, and accurate information. So, accurate financial information that is enhanced by external auditing is now a system of assurance and reduction of risk. So, it's a method of risk management as far as possible. So there's a link between them in the sense that external audit provides assurance to reduce risk, in decision making in business.
All right. So how do external auditors ensure the integrity of the financial statements?
First of all, let me mention that external auditors are professionals. They work under ethics, codes of ethics. They are professionals, they have license to do their job. And so they are men and women of integrity in their own respect. And so when they give comments, people will respect them, people will trust them, whatever they do. Because if auditors, if he does something wrong, if he misbehaves somehow, there are people who can deal with him. So auditors are also very, very conscious, and they are very careful in their work. They want to do their work diligently with all objectivities and fairness. And so that gives public that a sort of assurance, a sort of trust in the work they do. And so the work of external auditors provides that integrity, that assurance, that confidence in use of financial statement. So that is the method that's the point being raised. That's the point that I want to make, that external auditors actually ensure integrity of financial statement by the way they conduct their work.
Okay. Now, there's this term, it's called a true and fair view of the financial statement. I don't know if it's also related to, the answer you gave earlier, but let's look at it in relation to, corporate governance and its relevance in particular in the balance of corporate governance.
First of all, let me mention that the concept of true and fair view is very crucial in the profession of audit. When auditor says the financial statements gives true and fair view, what he is saying is that to a large extent, the information provided, they give a sort of confidence, they give a sort of reliability that you can rely on. They are saying that there's total or perfection in what they have audited. They are not saying that there are no errors, there are no misrepresentation at all. But to a large extent, they will have done their work. They will have done a lot of investigation and look at various concrete evidence before they can say, yes, this, what they have published or what they have expressed is actually true and fair. So the concept is a concept of opinion. It's a concept of an expression of opinion by the professional auditors. So that's just it. Just and when they say something is true, what they are saying is that they have investigated it, they have seen concrete evidence, and they want to tell you that from what they have seen in their own opinion, yes, you can rely on it, and it's fair. And the method they have presented the information, yes, has met all the existing standards and principles. So that's what they are saying there, at the expression of true and fair view. So it's a jargon, in a professional jargon. It's a professional language of the professional accountants.
All right, now talking about the Code on Corporate Governance, it provides that the recommendation of the appointment, reappointment, or removal of an external auditor should be made by the committee responsible for audit to the board. Now, the question is, why is this provision important in the governance context?
Okay, first of all, let me mention that there are some key committees that are recognized under the codes. Well, one of them is that of a committee responsible for audit, which sometimes is simply called audit committee. We have other committees like a committee responsible for remuneration, committee responsible for risk management, and so on and so forth. But this one, committee responsible for audit, or the audit committee, they are constituted and the compositions of people who are knowledgeable in financial statement, preparation of financial statement, people who have ideas of the business, and they know who and who can also do the work of audit. So it is better for them that because they are responsible for the accounting system, the accounting statement of the company. So they will know who and who are competent, who and who are good enough to be appointed. So their recommendations can be relied upon by the stakeholders. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, and the main purpose for them making them responsible for making the recommendation is that there will be a sort of independence, a degree of independence to the auditors, because the auditor is not directly appointed by the management, but by the recommended by the committee. So the allegiance will be for the committee rather than total allegiance to the management. So the auditors can then have the independence to do his work with highest objectivity, highest conformity, and to be more perfect in doing his work. I think the major thing there is to enhance independence of the auditor and make sure that auditors that are appointed are the most competent one and most suitable one for the company.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Oke Akinlolu, ACIS, General Manager, Ibadan Recreation Club, Corporate Governance Practitioner. Thank you so much for joining us on Corporate Governance Platform this morning. We appreciate you. And all right, Mr. Ketefe, what advice does the Institute have for corporate entities on the importance of quality external audit service?
Thank you very much, Fumi, for that question. I think the confident point to start is to enjoin corporate entities to stick to the provisions of the Nigeria Code of Corporate Governance 2018. The provisions, they constitute the global best practices, and the confident way to engage good governance is to abide or adhere to the provisions of that code. Let me also add that the corporate entities can also consult ICSAN for policy formulation and guidance on the roles and functions of external auditors, how their independence, their professionalism, and their effectiveness may be safeguarded. So last but not the least is the fact that the Institute has already established a reputation for having a very vibrant training department. So organizations can also consult ICSAN if they want to train their directors, train their top management staff on all issues that revolve around governance, not only the topic we are treating today, which is the roles and responsibilities of external auditors. So those people who have, the professionals that have attended or participated in ICSAN training, they can attest to his depth, his quality, his utilitarian value, and how it has positively impacted on them to discharge their function more effectively to their organizations. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Kakayode Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. And that's how we're going to wrap it up this morning on Corporate Governance Platform, brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. We've looked at the importance of external audit function in corporate governance. We'll be back again next week, Wednesday, 10:15 a.m. on a fresh edition of the program, Corporate Governance Platform. I'm Funmi Omoburiu. Enjoy the rest of the day.